first thing we're going to be reacting to is why DoeChii has suddenly become hated. If y'all been here and y'all come back into the stream, y'all already know why I really don't like DoeChii as much as I used to. And I'm gonna say it again. It's because she said that, you know, what I forgot how she said it, but she's like, it's toxic to be a I forgot what she said. It's toxic to be a straight man or something like that. And since then, I'm like, bitch, I don't fuck with you no more. Nope. I don't give my energy to that. But and since then, like, I haven't wanted to hear anything. She came out with that trash ass song "Anxiety," which was a fucking a sample of Go Ye, which I don't know why she wanted to ruin that song. And then she did that fucking remix, The Timeless, which it didn't need to be a remix at all. And so I'm just like, bro. You said my IG link isn't working? Alright, hold on, my brother. I appreciate you for letting me know. I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit popping real quick.
2024, everyone with a passing interest in music most likely knows of the name DoeChii. Emerging from Florida and backed by both TDE and Capitol Records, this breakout MC of last year accomplished a lot without even formally releasing a debut album due to the project that made her name being classified as a mixtape. Along the way, she won Grammys and landed one of the year's top-selling songs with her viral hit Anxiety, ranking as the 10th best-selling track of the year. Plus, she got support from some major names in the game like Tyler, the Creator.
So happy she exists. We have to keep supporting her.
And even Kendrick Lamar, who literally said that she was the hardest rapper in the game. With all that going on, you'd think that the sky was the limit for DoeChii, but it's not that simple. While her first official major studio record is allegedly around the corner, the problem is that she might have already been written off by some of the audience that was supposed to propel her to greatness. As after such a big year and a few controversial moves, she's encountering a whole lot
I changed my
of
username.
hate. The question is,
Totally
will
forgot
this
about that.
kill off her momentum just when it's starting to build? Or will she shut down the doubters and prove that the
I'm just about to put my YouTube name in the
tag her with
not YouTube. I
couldn't be further
apologize.
from the truth? It's your boy Luesta, and this is why DoeChii is suddenly hated. But to understand how she's reached this point where many fans and online figures resent her and the success that she's achieved, we need to go back to where it all began. Now, coming up against a lot of animosity is nothing new for DoeChii. In fact, as she recalled during an interview with The Breakfast Club, the entire character was created as an armor.
What's that mean?
DoeChii?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to get bullied a lot. I'm
Okay.
gonna rush through it. I used to get bullied a lot, and it was really bad. And so one day I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm gonna die one day, and I want to die being myself, being happy. So forget all of that other stuff. And then I think early on I was branding myself early, and I didn't know it. And I woke up one day and I was like, forget Jayla. I'm DoeChii. And then I went to school in a tutu, and I started doing music.
What age was this?
6th grade.
Oh, 6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade. And I've been DoeChii ever since.
From her early years, DoeChii always aspired to be something more. And in videos she posted when she was just 16, she made it clear she believed that
I can understand that. I can understand why, you know, a lot of people make identities and shit like that to build their ego and shit like that. I mean, I can't say I've made my I created a false identity and shit like that. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things at once. I apologize. There we go. I'm gonna do that. Bro, this shit piss me off. All right, so this is uh my IG, so y'all can just search it up. Yeah, my link ain't working just because I switched my username. Bro. Sorry about that. There we go. Thank God that I paused my live because I didn't Yes, I do have a podcast, joking podcast, with me, my cousin, and my stepbrother, and we pretty much just talk about life in Cincinnati, just bullshit and everything. It's like we talk about hella shit. We can talk about anything, essentially, like growth, you know, traveling, talk about, you know, females sometimes, just relationships and shit like that. We'll talk about anything, and we'll answer any questions that y'all send to us as well. So, you know, tap into the podcast. Like, we got episodes that are already up. We filmed one last week. We're supposed to film one today, but cousin overslept. Hey, growing pains. It's all right. Everybody goes through it. But yes, have a podcast. Now, let me get back to DoeChii. As I was saying, yes. When you're growing up and you're trying to find yourself, you're gonna create these little alter egos, and ego is the big thing. You're gonna create those alter egos to protect yourself, just because you're trying to find yourself, and you creating these different alter egos is a form of armor and shield and protection, because you're not very confident in yourself, so you're just playing make believe. You're acting, but eventually your true self is gonna come out, because that alter ego, it can get you in some bullshit that you know in your heart and in your spirit that you're not supposed to be in, or shit will just become too much for your actual self that's caused by that alter ego. Like I said, the emphasis is ego, which is not you. It'll essentially, you're always gonna come back to your true self regardless. You're gonna always come back to your true self and your within alignment. Like me, like the ego, it helped me out when it came to me trying to get women, me working, and me, you know, getting this crib and getting everything that I wanted. Me making my money. It helped me out, but it put me in survival mode. So it was like my biggest thing was, when I was in survival mode, like, I didn't want to be vulnerable. I was being led down a road that was controlled by my lust, and yes, I was emotionally intelligent, but I wasn't vulnerable, and I was afraid to be vulnerable, and it was a lot of shit going on, and it causes spiritual warfare within yourself, because that ego and your true self, my ego and my true self, they were clashing back and forth, and that's just not good for your mental, your psyche. So yeah, the ego is good for you when you're trying to find yourself, but when it starts creeping in and affecting your psyche, and it's throwing you off balance and shit like that, and it's got you kind of going crazy, because I was kind of going crazy to myself. I was. And it was like inside turmoil going on. Once you let go of that ego and understand that, all right, my ego, you got me to where I'm at right now, but now I can go ahead, me and my actual self, I can go ahead and take the reins and do what I need to do to manage in life and move forward to find my purpose, and to really not to find my purpose, but to move in the path that's taking me to my purpose. It's literally how it is. It's how it's gonna be. So ain't nothing wrong about that.
With enough drive, anyone could manifest the future they dreamed of.
Yes. Manifestation, the biggest thing. Like I say it all the time. When I say it while I'm on live, I say it when I'm not on live. I always say, man, I say it like I'm right now. I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy. I have huge influence. I'm positive. I'm nothing but radiating positivity. I'm powerful and a whole lot of other positive stuff. Manifestation is a huge, powerful thing. So manifestation is a big thing, and always do it in, I am format, as if you're already doing it, and then you'll start. I don't even want to say tricking, because tricking is a negative connotation. You'll start rewiring your brain, because remember, the negative thoughts is not you. It's not you. Those are low vibrational thoughts that are trying to get you out of your thing. Because I would have those. I used to. When I was before my spiritual awakening, I had those thoughts that weren't mine. And now I'm like, no, they're not me. I'm beautiful. I thank myself for getting myself this far. Yeah, it was my ego, but it's also myself. It was also myself. That ego was a cop-out protection. It was a cop-out temporary protection. Now I can give a fuck about I give a fuck about what other people think about me, and that's how y'all should think too. That's what y'all should believe. But manifestation is a huge thing. I'm gonna be big. I already know. I'm gonna be big. I'm gonna be wealthy, and y'all, whatever y'all want, put y'all mind to it. Put that belief behind it, and set your intentions, because manifestation is everything. If you believe, and I believe in myself. I believe in what I do.
DoeChii, and today's video is going to be an encouraging video, and this is going to be 5 reasons why you can do it. I'm not sure why you feel like you can't do something, because you can. Anything's possible. I know it sounds cliche, but it freaking is true.
This is one of the countless videos that chronicle DoeChii's early years of developing her persona, all of which contributed to where she's at today. And while many people feel like she emerged from nowhere, considering how much exposure she had in 2024.
Hey, bro, a lot of people gonna think you just. A lot of people you gonna. Words. Let me go ahead and slow down. A lot of people are going to think when you put in that work, you emerged and you came out and you were just thrown onto the earth or thrown into popularity out of nowhere, when they don't see the work. Bitch, you've never seen me before. You never even thought about, all the shit going on in, the world, and y'all paying attention to other shit in the Twitter sphere and other shit. You're not seeing the work I'm putting in, because I'm not in the algorithm. I'm not in your algorithm. I'm not in a lot of people's algorithm. But when I start becoming bigger and have a bigger platform and come into your algorithm, then it's gonna be like, damn, where did this person come from? But you can go back and see that I had a slow and steady grind. A slow and steady grind, which is how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to slow and steady grind. My biggest thing is, I'm not rushing my greatness and rushing the stuff that I'm asking for and that I will get, because there's a reason that it's taking its time to formulate and stuff like that, because I still got things that I'm working on for myself, internal stuff that I'm working on. I'm doing that shadow work. I'm still getting over stuff that I don't need. I'm still learning to be more vulnerable. I'm learning every day. So I'm still building towards the life that I am manifesting and that I see. But the reason it's not happening now, because I know that if I were to get it now, that in some way I'd knock myself off that life purpose. So I can't do it right now. And God knows that. My higher self knows that. That's the name of the game.
These windows into her early career prove that this has been a lengthy process. The end result is the DoeChii we see today, an alter ego that...
The Office is turning 20. Celebrate 20 years with every single episode.
I don't mind this.
on Peacock.
I don't mind this one. I love The Office. Shout out to
lives
The
inside
Office.
the girl from Florida named Jayla, giving her the confidence and edge to thrive in the world of hip-hop.
My alter ego I would describe as the highest form of myself, powerful.
Now, this is where people go wrong when they talk about their alter ego. The biggest thing, like I said, ego. Ego is not you. That's a lie. It's a temporary shield, temporary armor for you because you're scared of embracing who you truly are. That's not the highest. It's just a character. That's all it is. All it is a character. It's not the highest form of yourself. Now, if that's what she believes, that's what she believes. But I know that, for example, one of my first Instagram pages, my profile name was That Black Guy One. Now, it was a kind of a funny way of me making fun of myself, knowing that I'm the only black guy. I was the only black guy in my school, and I was in high school, or I was a minority, so it was making fun. But if I said like that was my alter ego, say if I got famous and I said that was my highest self, I know I'd be lying because it's not my highest self. My highest self is me embracing I'm Nykel McQuarrie. This is what I'm about, and this is how I act, regardless of how anybody feels. And if somebody doesn't like it, oh well, too bad. Their energy is not for me. I'm not for their energy. That's the highest. That's me and my highest self. DoeChii is just a character. Jayla and her getting closer to Jayla would be her highest self. But here's the thing: if she sold her soul, then DoeChii is her highest self because she'll only be able. The higher she gets on this earth is as in like whatever she says the highest she is, like with material shit, that would be the highest she will ever get. She sold her soul, so she'll probably be reincarnated or whatever. She sold her soul. But if she didn't sell her soul, which if she did, that's none of my business, and I'm in my own lane. But if she didn't sell her soul, DoeChii, her character DoeChii is not her highest self. Jayla is her higher self. She's got to figure out. She got to do that shadow work to be comfortable within her own self.
Full, confident, fearless swamp girl who's just in her bag and she's on and in a flow. And I think I'm only not being that when I might have moments where I might allow doubt to come in. I might have moments where I wake up and I don't feel as confident. My alter ego is really me at my best.
But make no mistake, this didn't happen overnight.
And the thing is, too, like what she said was that she said DoeChii was her highest self because that's where she feels like a badass. She felt like she's a swamp princess. She's confident, shit like that. But when doubt creeps in, when doubt creeps in and shit like that, that's when she needs, essentially, when she needs, DoeChii, or that's when DoeChii creeps in. But your highest self will automatically know that I'm confident regardless of what anybody else says, and doubt and worry, that's not me. I am not my thoughts. We're all on a ether, and no matter what, you can go ahead and somebody's thoughts from behind you, if you're in a grocery store, somebody's thoughts from behind you can creep into your head, and it's going to be yours. We are not our thoughts. We're our actions, and will be manifest.
In fact, she had to go through some pretty hard times before achieving the status that she's obtained today. For a while, she didn't even have a place to live while pursuing her dream. That setback came when she traveled to New York for an audition on the reality show The Voice, only for everything to go completely left.
I got an audition with The Voice. That brought me from Georgia to New York.
Okay.
And I didn't make the audition, and I didn't have enough money to go back. So
You
I had
didn't
to
make
stay.
it? Like you didn't get there?
I didn't get it. I didn't make it in The Voice.
Okay, what did you perform?
I think I did an original song. They were looking for songwriters.
Oh, okay.
I did an original song. I didn't make the cut, and I didn't have enough money to come back.
Okay.
So I had to stay in New York.
Where were you staying though? Like with a friend at a hotel?
Girl, it was kind of like every night I just had to figure it out. So one night I would stay in Jersey with like my mom's friend who she knew, and then I would like get booked at another show. I got booked the day after I did The Voice.
Okay.
So for that night, like after The Voice, I slept at a McDonald's. I kept meeting people along the way and just basically like homeless.
And while people might claim that she's a pawn for record labels today, winning a contest like that would have made that undeniably the case. Along the way, she's faced other stumbling blocks. At one stage, she's even shared the news of her losing her job.
So I got fired today. I don't do it. Either way, I'm gonna be straight.
Yet, instead of dwelling, she
Man, I've gotten fired from like 2 or 3 jobs. And I remember the old me was like, man, I'm never going to get fired because da. And I got fired. And then my first time getting fired, it was like, oh, okay, I lost my job. Oh, well, that's cool. Second time I got fired, damn, okay, I lost my job. But I didn't really, I didn't go into no depression or anything. I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead. There's a million of jobs out here. I can go ahead and get money. But my whole thing is, I'm not going to be working at a job for the rest of my life. So why the fuck? I'm not going to put you on my resume because I'm sure you're probably going to talk shit. Not going to be the best thing. But for somebody who knows that they're not going to be exchanging their time for money anymore. And, well, for a person who knows that they're not going to be exchanging their time for money forever, being fired is not a bad thing. It's a blessing, honestly. And I learned a lot after being fired. I learned how to take rejection. Being fired is taking rejection, and also is taking accountability for what you did. You know, because, I mean, you don't just get fired. In my thing, you don't just get fired for you don't just get fired for doing your job. Like, there's a reason you get fired. Unless there's people who got it out for you, then you'll get fired for bullshit. But then that'll come back, and that's karma. But that's outside of the point. It taught me that, hey, anything can happen, but how you handle it and how you get back up and how you move through it, that's what matters.
Plan to hit local studios and ask for internships.
I'm just gonna go to a whole bunch of like studios, ask if they have any internships open, and also just like ask questions. Like, I don't fucking know. At this point, I have nothing to lose. I literally have nothing to lose. I have no place. I have no job. I have no children. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who fucking cares? I'm just gonna do it.
One of the best things that I told myself too is that I am going to be financially and economically straight before I even bring kids into this world. I'm gonna have that financial freedom and stuff like that before I bring kids into this world, because I want to make sure that I'm able to spend as much time as I can with them, building them up, making sure that they're good. And you know, I'm a provider male, so my wife, we're gonna be stay-at-home parents. You know, and that's just how I want to do it. And I told myself that, and that's a fact. And I think there's something else I wanted to say too. And then also, not just a monetary thing, but I still got stuff I need to work on when it comes to myself. So I got my, generational curses and traumas that my ancestors passed on that I need to figure it out. I need to work on. I'm not passing it on to my children. So I got to better myself as an individual in order to be able to be a good, in order to not pass on the same generational curse that was given to me and my siblings.
I'll let you know how that goes.
But this departure from a 9-to-5 in retail turned out to be the push she needed to fully devote herself to music. And soon, she found the book on the street.
And I just started this book. Okay, so it's called The Artist's Way. It's by Julia Cameron, and it's a spiritual path to higher creativity. And I know that sounds like a lot of like hoopla, but what it says here is that it's a course in discovering and recovering your creative self.
What she discovered was known as the Artist's Way, a spiritual path to higher creativity, a 1992 self-help book by American author Julia Cameron, a body of work which preaches that the refusal to be creative is self-will and counter to our true nature. DoeChii pursued this and began truly grinding in 2019.
One of the things I learned too with me, you know, giving into I ain't got no kids, fuck them kids. Nigga try to tell me, or a bitch try to tell me, come home, the kids miss you, baby. Man, fuck them kids. Oh yeah, I'm on team fuck them kids. I'm on team fuck them kids. Don't get, even though I'm going to have kids, I still fuck them kids. I don't give a fuck less about these kids. Fuck them. Fuck them. But, man, I forgot what I was about to say. That shit threw me off. Oh yeah. With me giving in the lust that killed my creativity. So I'm building my creativity back up because in the sacral chakra, the sacral chakra is your creativity. I've been over this, but the biggest thing is your creativity. And with you throwing it away, you know, or wasting it, that's gonna kill your creativity. It's gonna kill your energy. It's gonna kill your whole. It'll throw your chakras out of whack, and then it'll kill your aura and your spirit. That's why, like, if you like watch porn or you're just constantly having sex and shit like that, like you'll literally look dead in brain. Like you look dead. Like you will look like you just have no life in you. Your life force is just sucked out.
She started doing coven music sessions, where she dropped new songs and early versions of what would later become her biggest hit. Then came Yucky Blucky Fruitcake from her debut EP, Oh the Places You'll Go, which blew up on TikTok and officially put her on the map. Soon, she signed to TDE